Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And I have given up all hope on Doctor Who being as good as it used to be. I was hoping when Russell T Davies came back that the first thing he was going to do is walk back the timeless children retcon. And no, he's making a point of saying that he's definitely not going to do that, partially because Chris Chibnall is a friend of his. You know,
It doesn't mean that wasn't a stupid thing and that it shouldn't be retconned.
Right. It doesn't mean, it was a brand damaging, brand destroying retcon. You can trace back most of the destruction, the decline in Doctor Who to the timeless children. Now, granted, people weren't real big on the female Doctor at first, but even then, I think people would have given the show a chance.
It wasn't even the female Doctor. The whole first season was preachy,
boring,
uppity, ham-fisted, and it was like the enemy was always a dude or like mankind. It was never like there was a big lack of Doctor Who villains because it was expensive.
It wasn't Doctor Who. It was a soap opera. It was a bad soap opera.
Written by a soap opera writer.
Written by soap opera writers, and they were people were sitting around drinking coffee and talking about their personal problems when they need to go fight Daleks or something.
And all the problems in the world can be,
white men.
I was saying, or orange man.
Orange Man bad. So they tried to course correct. It didn't work. I noped out, and I never thought I'd give up on Who.
They did the whole retcon that took all the stakes away because the Doctor basically can just go on forever. Then what's the point?
Yeah, it was like the 50th anniversary. That was like a big thing. Like, hey, he's running out of regenerations. Uh-oh.
What is it with these companies getting to a big anniversary and then fucking it all up? Like Disney, it's 100 years. Bob Iger's killed the company. Yeah. Doctor Who made it to 50, and they done that up too.
Let's talk about this. I was cautiously optimistic, but now all hope is abated. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to shopclownfish.com. Back Shadowbinders Volume 3, shipping next summer. First new Shadowbinders content in like 10 years. And we're going to finish up the webcomic version of it. And then the other half of the book is going to be all new material. You can also grab books 1 and 2. We have a very limited supply of those left because we've been selling them for years. And people like it, I guess, because they keep buying it. So check it out, shopclownfish.com. And we also got previously on Clownfish TV books in. Finally, we had to send them to a different printer because of issues, but that's okay. They look great. We got them in, and they'll hopefully start shipping next week. We're waiting on some sticker sheets. So let's talk about this. It has come out. Russell T Davies, the first thing that he's being asked about in regards to his taking over Doctor Who, which I guess they're going to reset the number. It's going to be season 1 again.
Wait, what?
I guess we're doing comic books or something now. It's going to be season 1 again.
So another reason to be like, I'm out.
I'm out. People are going to be lured in with the nostalgia bait of David Tennant. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to be massively disappointed, I think, because I think
they got Donna, too.
They got, like the most popular pairing of New Who. They brought them back.
One of the most popular. I think a lot of people liked Rose.
Yeah.
I like Donna, but that's me.
I love Donna. I have a feeling they're going to ruin it, though. But and I was excited. I actually was happy because I'm like, wait, Russell T Davies is coming back. His production company is taking this over. If anybody can fix it, he can. But now he's out there saying that the one thing that fandom mostly is in agreement in is that timeless children's story needs to be undone, retconned, or something. Mm-hmm. And they could do it we're talking time travel. You could wibbly wobbly, timey wimey undo it, or maybe it was misunderstood or something. No. He's going with it because Chibnall's his friend.
Because it's my buddy.
It's my buddy.
I'm gonna let the whole franchise rot because I don't want to make my friend upset.
Coming from Screen Rant, Doctor Who showrunner Russell T. See, I got ahead of myself. Showrunner Russell T Davies addresses whether the timeless children's story reveal will remain canon in the future of the show. He said,
spoiler. We already said it will.
Spoiler. He said he confirmed it will remain canon, showing respect for his colleague Chris Chibnall's work. The Doctor's origins have always been a contentious topic, and any answer will likely fail to satisfy the viewers.
All viewers. No, listen, that's true. Some people are going to be like, no, leave it alone. But the vast majority, given the viewership and how bad it was by the time they finally got to the point where they completely ruined it, which wasn't much, I don't think, everybody already tuned out. I don't think that's all viewers. I think the vast majority want this undone. The vast majority do. So all viewers, you mean like the handful that still like Chibnall's shit?
Yeah.
No, there's not that many. The majority of viewers are going to side with you to undo it. Yeah, you just pissed off the majority.
I'm with Stephen Moffat on this. He made a huge point out of saying that the Doctor's origins, Doctor's name could never be known. That was, it's Doctor Who. You can't call it Doctor Who
when you know who it is.
When you know who it is, right? And for 50, 60 years, the Doctor is a Time Lord from Gallifrey. We know how he started, because how he started and how they introduced regeneration and he stole the TARDIS. All that story has been canonical, right? And there has been some discussion in other media that the Doctor may predate the Time Lord Society or something, but this whole thing was dumb. Basically, for those of you who didn't watch it, and don't waste your time watching it, it's stupid. You can watch a YouTube recap. The Doctor is not a Time Lord. The Doctor was a little girl that was found
so it started out as a woman now.
Started out as a woman, of course. A little girl that was found by like a portal somewhere, coming apparently from another universe, and her mama, a scientist from Gallifrey, decided to kill her over and over and over and over and over and over again to steal her powers of regeneration, and then wipe her, they, them's memories of all the like thousands of regenerations it took to figure out regeneration, and then start over as a white dude for 12 cycles or whatever, which again, there's no stakes because the Doctor was always like, oh, is the Doctor going to survive this regeneration? Oh, the Doctor's running out of lives. And he was very, very aware that he only had, 12 regenerations throughout the course of the show. And as he's getting closer to it, like, Tennant's Doctor and Smith's Doctor were even commenting, like, I'm getting close to the end of the road. Like, I gotta be
why
more
comment at all when you knew you had an infinite,
Well, apparently he didn't know, but then I'm like,
that's right, memory was erased.
Yeah, but then like, what? Okay, so in the Matt Smith regeneration, when it got more magic regeneration dust from Gallifrey or whatever to give him more regenerations, what the hell was the point of that?
Right, because they didn't think of this then. But this is stupid. They completely ruin it, and most of the fans hate it.
Yes.
But I'm not going to make everyone happy. Well, you're not going to make everyone happy, but you sure as hell make the majority happy if you undo that shit show.
Yeah,
I don't even watch Doctor Who anymore.
I was so hopeful that he would be able to fix it, and I thought Ncuti Gatwa, the new Doctor, he seems funny. I saw him in the Doctor. He looks like it's funny. He had like a pimp jacket. I thought it was kind of cool. I'm
just more like I'm just after the Chibnall shit. I don't even want to watch it.
I don't think I want.
Some of the Moffat stuff I didn't like. I didn't like some of the stuff they did with that one. So I checked out a while ago.
So this one hurts because this is one of those few shows that I watched. It was appointment TV for me. I watched it every week. I even subscribed to it on Amazon when we didn't get the BBC anymore because we went to.
Well, the whole family
Hulu.
used to watch it.
We used to watch together, and then one by one we all kind of dropped off. And you checked out during Capaldi's era.
I did, and I tried to give Whittaker a chance, but I just. I mean, she wasn't bad the first episode, but then it just like don't care. And then the more I heard, the more I didn't want to watch it. And like David Tennant and Donna might bring me, Dr. Donna might bring me back, but
it's gonna be a bait and switch.
And that's it. And I'm like, and now I know they're not gonna undo that stupidity. I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it. I was not gonna watch it now. Fuck you.
Yeah, so that's I don't even know if it's worth getting reinvested if they're gonna leave that stand, and it sucks because it was my favorite show for a long time.
They have a problem. They have to re-win back everybody they lost. They're trying to use David Tennant and Catherine Tate to do that. And the thing is, they have the opportunity. They could undo it, and then they're using that to lead into somebody else, and they probably could win a lot of people back. And he just basically announced they're not going to do that.
Just be like, it was all trick. It was Master was tricking the Doctor. That's not actually true. Actually, what made more sense narratively, from my point of view, is that the timeless child was actually Susan Foreman, the Doctor's granddaughter. That would explain why maybe he was trying to smuggle her off of Gallifrey. And, to try to give her like a normal life after she was abused.
That actually makes sense, actually.
And that actually, because it never really, like, she never really fit because the show, they didn't establish the whole Time Lord regeneration thing at the beginning of the show. It was just like, oh, the granddaughter, she's an alien, but we don't know much. So that would have actually kind of made sense too. Give her like a happy ending or something. But yeah, this is dumb. But this is what he said. They asked him if he was beholden to Chibnall's retcon. He said, quite beholden, actually. I'm very well behaved in that sense. I feel completely free to make up my own stuff, but I think it's very interesting that the only piece of Doctor Who lore that's never been held aloft and run with is Paul McGann having a human mother. That is actually true. They tried to retcon Doctor Who before, and Paul McGann's Eighth Doctor in the Fox movie, the American Doctor Who, said he had a human mother, and Whovians were like, hell no, that doesn't even make sense. And then they're like, oh yeah, he was just delusional because he just regenerated and whoopsie doopsie, he forgot. None of us can deal with that. None of us can cope with it, and it's never been mentioned again.
Yeah, well, this is the same thing, dude.
You could
It's the
do
same
this.
thing.
I find that's fascinating. It's not a hint that I'm going to engage with it at all. It's amazing, isn't it? Everything else gets kind of absorbed. Let's stare the question right in the eye. I'm not going to unwrite my good friend Chris Chibnall's work on the Timeless Children. I'm not going to deny what he wrote. I'm going with it. It's absolutely fine. It's canon. It happened. It was transmitted. You cannot unwrite things. That would be absolutely rude to a great colleague and a lovely friend.
Well, don't care if it's rude to your friend. Your friend's a dumbass.
It's like you can.
Who do you owe more to? Your friend who's a dumbass or the fans that have been with you this whole time and we're all excited to have you come back and they want you to fix it. And they're looking at you to fix it. Who do you owe more to?
So it could be that they just sidestep it completely. He could just be like, yep, okay, that happened, but I'm never going to mention it during my run because I don't want to be that guy.
Well, he could, but he's not doing it.
He's not doing it. It needs to be undone. Like, it needs to be
He said
like
he's rolling with it. That sounds to me like it's gonna be mentioned.
yeah.
He didn't say I'm just not gonna undo it. I'm just gonna go around it.
You can point to now the ratings were already on the decline for Jodie Whittaker's run. Okay,
It wasn't a good run. I'm sorry.
it was it was
It had
horrible.
nothing to do with her being a woman. Everything to do with the stories being balls.
I was willing to give her a chance as long as she was the Doctor. She was not the Doctor. She did not have she would make a good companion, but she did not have the gravitas to be the Doctor. In fact,
there were other women who could have pulled it off, but she wasn't it.
the lady who was Ruth, Dr. Ruth, I forget her name off the top of my head, the black lady, she actually acted more like the Doctor than Jodie Whittaker. Like I think I actually would have accepted her as the Doctor because I'm like, she owned it. Like she walked it. She was like, I am the Doctor. This is how Doctor act. And Whittaker was so wishy-washy.
She was trying to be David Tennant 2.0.
Yeah, she was. And it doesn't work for her. Like, you know, it just didn't work. It just on so many levels, it didn't work. People tuned in for the first episode with Jodie Whittaker because they want the novelty of a female Doctor. I think it was like, okay, the Doctor's a woman. We got to see this. We got, good or bad. They're like, okay, we got to see this. And then once it became apparent the show was preachy, it was ham-fisted, it was boring AF.
It didn't have villains like people expected it to.
Didn't have any classic Doctor Who villains, which they corrected next season, but the damage was already done. And then strike two was when they retconned the Doctor's origin. Because you can see, like, the Timeless Children had viewing figures of 4.7 million. And then by the time we got to the end, we were at like 2.2 million.
Well,
viewers.
yeah, but before that, their viewership kept going dropping down. Yeah, 11 million women follow the Earth. And then when you kept pointing out the viewership keeps dropping, remember all the people that would come at you for that? How dare you? But it was true.
Yeah.
Not liking it doesn't make it not true.
We had so many people at first. Now people just don't care. It's kind of like Star Wars, too.
2 million, wow.
It was, I mean, how far? It was the biggest drop-off in viewership ever in Doctor Who history. Like, the show always had ebbs and flows depending on, who was on, what was going on, or whatever. And you could see it was kind of declining during Capaldi's era because a lot of people, they liked David Tennant, they liked Matt Smith, they didn't like Capaldi, they didn't like the stories Capaldi was in.
Mine was the stories. It wasn't Capaldi.
I loved Peter Capaldi.
It was the stories I didn't like.
Of the new Doctors, Peter Capaldi is actually my favorite Doctor. He just got the worst stories. He had the worst companions.
I agree with that.
He had the most annoying.
I do not like the companions on that one.
But you pair him up with Missy, and it was freaking magic.
It was great.
Like, if you had him and Missy together, it would have been great. But anyway, guys, there it is. It is not getting walked back. I don't even know if it's worth. I gotta sit here. I gotta think about, like, is it even worth getting reinvested in this show? I don't think it is. My personal.
I'm not watching it.
And I wanted to.
I kind of wanted to watch the Donna and the Doctor.
I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are going to watch David Tennant, but I don't think they realize that, like, he's only coming back for a couple specials, and then we got a new Doctor after that. So nostalgia bait to get people back.
Basically.
So we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.